some of the things that I, learned here in family reunion, and I just want to reiterate kind of some market updates and market stats here, kind of just nationally and what's happening. And there's people, if you hear on the national, the news and read there, it's saying how terrible the market is or how terrible the interest rates are, and all of those types of things. And I just want to go over some of these stats and what those actually mean, and just kind of interpret them for you, so that any of these things, you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us here at the office. We'd be happy to visit with you about what's kind of going on in the market, how much is your current home worth, and if you're looking to purchase, what does that process look like. So we've added some our worry-free selling system, you'll see below, and also our buyer advantage program that we've kicked off here for this year as well. So I'm just going to share my screen. Maybe try to share my screen. Okay. All right, so you should be looking at what I've got here, just our national home sales. This is according to the National Association of Realtors, these next few slides, and I just want to kind of go over them with you just to kind of show you how our market is just returning back to normal. It's nothing to be scared of or fearful of. It's just that it's returning to the new normal. We've been so spoiled the last few years with interest rates and time on markets being short and those types of things. So kind of just going through, this just goes through just annual home sales. How many home sales throughout the country here throughout the last year, 2022, is this year here. So 5 total home sales here of 5 million. You have the average, where 2022 comes across the top here, which was one of our top years. It wasn't the very top compared to 21 and 20 and before, and then the last spike in the 2004 to 2006 timeframe. But overall, we are in a nice steady market for home sales on an annual basis here going through. Coming down to the next one here is home prices. And, everybody talks about how expensive it is to own a home and to purchase a home. And this just shows that, from 1990 all the way through, you had a 4% annual increase on average all the way. If you had a 4% increase all the way through, we're just a hair over that trend line. And basically that's what we're looking at the long-term trend of 4% averaging over a year. Now, this past couple of years, obviously, we've had a spike in the values. However, it was just, overall been kind of a market correction. If you look at the gap years here, that we did not have the increases in our market values, and then they caught back up here in 2021. 2020 it started, and then 2021 into 2022. We don't see a slowdown here coming for 2023. That might come down 1% approximately, projected to come down 1%. But overall, the market is where it needs to be stable. So if you're looking to sell or thinking about selling, it's still above that trend line, and you are coming out above that average of 4% per year. So, if you are thinking or considering selling a home, now is still a great time here for 2023. Some people may hesitate because of interest rates and, maybe thinking that there's not buyers out there for your home. And, I just want to say that there's still a large amount of people looking to purchase here in 2023 and at the beginning of the year here for what we've seen in activity. Looking at this just quick slide here on the home prices, annual appreciation. Again, you have from 90 to 2000 where you had just on average of that 4%. and then you had a nice spike from 01 to 2005, and then you had that market where it kind of crashed in 06, 07, 08, and 09 when it came below. So on average, it went down 4% in that time frame up to 2011, and then from 12 to 19, it came back up. So on average, 6.37 appreciation. And then, of course, we had this large increase from 20 to 22 of almost 12.5% in home values. Some were a lot higher than that, some were lower than that, but on average, we're looking at 12.5%. So for 2023, looking at that number just coming down, down 1%. So on average, we're looking at for 2020 to 2023, an average of appreciation of 9.1%, which is an awesome appreciation in value, which again is following that trend line that I showed earlier in values. So yes, they are a little bit above, but they're not as out of whack as people may think. Our inventory, we do currently have still an inventory problem, an issue here, especially in the Grand Forks and area surrounding area, Grand Forks, East Grand Forks and surrounding area, even in the Fargo-Moorhead area down there, we do still have inventory issues. So although we have we're at the end of 2022 at 2.7 monthly supply of inventory, which we, a balanced market, you get to 6% as a balanced market, you sit below that 6% and it still edges on the seller side. You get above 6 months of inventory, it starts to edge towards the buyers. But, right now, sitting at less than three months of inventory, definitely still edging on the seller side, even though the interest rates have risen. There's buyers still out there for every home and they're still looking. And, it's still the norm. So we're still operating a little bit on that inventory side. So if you are looking to sell and just still a little bit hesitant because maybe the home that you're looking for is not on the market currently, there's things that we can do to protect you so that you're not homeless, so that you can still accept an offer on your home and give you an opportunity to wait and find one that's going to fit your needs. So, but it's about capitalizing on this low market, which is still going to maximize the dollars on your purchase or on your sale. And then the last slide here is just talking about the mortgage interest rate. So kind of looking back here at 2022, on average was 5.34. Obviously, we started the year at that 3.8 mark, somewhere in that area at the beginning of the year, and we ended on an average of 5.34. We know that it did go above that for a short time, and then it just fluctuated really quickly, where it was on a day-to-day basis of what's going to happen with that interest rate. It's starting to slow down. Things are still changing and fluctuating. However, it doesn't seem to be changing and fluctuating as quickly and as fast. We are going to have, higher interest rates than that 3.8. But if you look at history, we are still well below what the history trend is. And so it's just the market's coming back to normal market. Interest rates are coming back to normal. So therefore, we're not completely out of line. I know people get fearful of that interest rate. And obviously, your monthly payment has to match what you are able to afford. But know that the interest rate is not completely out of line, and that it's just returning back to normal. And it's still, it's your most solid investment is real estate. It's your safest place, and it still is going to balance out and put, home ownership over renting all day long. So happy to visit with you if you are currently renting and you're hesitant because of maybe the right home isn't on the market, or because those interest rates have climbed up. I'd love to have a conversation with you to show the differences between renting and purchasing, how that does offset and in favor of home ownership. So just want to show these few slides just to kind of give you a sense of what is going on actually in the market. Is it as bad as what maybe media is portraying? And in actuality, it's just returning back to a nice, solid, balanced market. And so, home ownership is still a great option as long as it fits your budget and finding what that budget's going to be. And that's one thing that we really want to focus on, whether you're buying or selling, is getting a clear idea of what your wants, needs, and desires are, so that we make sure that it is the right time for you and for you and your family, or to make the move, whether it be to buy your first home or to move up or scale back, or what that looks like. So don't hesitate to reach out to us here at the Vonesh team. We'd be happy to sit down and have that, just a conversation, just to see if now is the right time for you. And if it's not now, when will that time be? So thanks for watching the video. Thanks for tuning in.